Good evening, my dear viewers. I'm Evelyn Hartley, and tonight I invite you into a chapter of my life that changed me forever. This isn't just a tale of love or loss, it's a journey through desperation, courage, and finding light when everything seems dark. If you've ever felt cornered by circumstance or wondered whether second chances truly exist, I believe you'll find a little hope here. It began years ago in London, in the quiet hush of winter, when I made a decision I swore I never would. I took money that wasn't mine. At the time, I felt I had no choice. You see, my younger brother, William 8, years my junior, and forever the darling of our family, had fallen into grave trouble. He had borrowed money from the wrong people, ruthless men who made it very clear, pay or perish. William came to me in tears, desperate. I had no funds to speak of, my late husband's estate had dwindled, and pride had kept me from leaning on anyone. Except for one man, Charles Pembroke. Charles was a man of great wealth and even greater ego. Lavish parties, expensive cigars, the finest suits all his. He had fancied me for years, always offering me comfort, security, on the condition that I be his. I never loved him. How could I accept such a proposal when my heart was not in it? But with William's life on the line, I did what I thought I'd never do. I went to Charles. "Charles, I need your help," I said, the words heavy as iron. "Please lend me the money. It's for my brother, he's in danger." He smiled, that polished, predatory smile. "I'll give you what you need, Evelyn, but only if you marry me." My breath caught. The audacity, the cruelty. I told him I wouldn't, but he didn't care. He said if I walked away, my brother's blood would be on my hands. I felt cornered by fate. I accepted. He handed me the money, and I used it immediately to save William. But I knew I couldn't follow through on the rest. That night, I went back to Charles's grand townhouse, intending to return the money and end the arrangement. He wouldn't listen. He stepped toward me, eyes gleaming with possession. I panicked. There was a porcelain vase on a side table. Reflex took over. I struck him with it. He collapsed. I didn't wait. I took the money, left the house, and ran. I ran through the foggy streets of London until my legs nearly gave way. Eventually, I reached the outskirts of sleepy hamlet I'd once visited in childhood. I knocked on a cottage door, not knowing what would become of me. A man answered. His name was Henry, a widower, quiet, kind, with eyes that looked into your soul rather than through it. "Please," I said, shivering, "I need a place to stay." He didn't ask why. He simply opened the door and said, "Come in." I stayed 3 days. In that time, the police came searching. Charles had clearly reported the incident, but Henry helped me hide, never asking questions I wasn't ready to answer. On the second night, I told him everything about William, about Charles, about what I'd done. He listened, not with judgment, but with grace. Then he said words I'll never forget. "You did what you had to for someone you love. That's not weakness, it's strength." Henry reminded me of all that was good in the world. He didn't want anything from me. He simply cared. When I finally left, I felt something pull at me. A tether I hadn't expected. For days, I couldn't stop thinking about Henry. His voice, his stillness, his strength. Could I really have fallen for someone in just 3 days? Weeks passed. William was safe, the debt repaid. But I wasn't at peace. Something was missing, so I returned. Heart pounding, I stood again at that little blue door. He opened it. His face lit up with recognition. "Evelyn," he said, "you came back." "I did," I replied, "because I couldn't forget you." We sat together at his small kitchen table, and I told him what I hadn't dared to say before. "I think I've fallen in love with you." He smiled, eyes warm with relief. "I've been hoping you would return." And from that moment on, we became each other's sanctuary. But the past wasn't finished with me. One night, a black car pulled into the lane outside Henry's cottage. It was Charles. With him, 2 hired thugs. "You thought you could escape, Evelyn?" he spat. Henry stepped between us, calm, resolute. "If you lay a hand on her, I will call the police." Charles sneered, but he knew. Henry's composure had power. He couldn't win here. "This isn't over," Charles warned, before disappearing into the night. After that, Henry and I moved. A quiet village by the sea. Henry became the local schoolmaster. I worked in the town's tea room. Life became slow, peaceful, hours, and one golden evening, as we watched the sun melt into the horizon, Henry turned to me and said, "Evelyn, will you be my wife?" Tears welled up in my eyes. "Yes," I whispered. 1,000 times, yes. We married under a blossom tree with only the sea breeze as our choir. And though my past will always be a part of me, so is this, the love I found when I was lost. If my story resonates with you, dear viewer, let it be a reminder that your darkest hour may be the beginning of your most beautiful chapter. No matter your past, no matter your regrets, love and redemption are still within reach. If you found value in this story, please like, subscribe, and share it. Just might give someone else the courage to believe again. Until next time, I'm Evelyn Hartley. Thank you for listening.